This is More to Say with Randy Naughton. Interesting conversations with interesting people. Welcome you into another edition of More to Say with Randy Naughton. And the reason for my podcast is interesting conversations with interesting people. And one thing that I've been seeing all over the place now is this company called 1STPHORM, PHORM. And I'm like, okay, is it a wellness company? Is it a nutrition company? Is it a crazy Instagram post company? Let's find out from the man himself. Sal Frisella is the CEO of 1STPHORM, and I thank you so much for joining me.
Awesome. Thank you for having me, Randy.
One thing I noticed that this is a St. Louis company with a global impact, and you cannot click on anywhere on social media these days without seeing your crazy employees doing something amazing on social media. It's one thing to be a sports nutrition company. It's another thing to get that kind of attention on social media. Was that the goal all along?
Yeah, I think, for us, the goal is to help real people change their lives, right? We talk about real people, real results. And, we're touted as a sports nutrition company, but really what we've really kind of transitioned into is, how do we help the world, or how do we help people become the best versions of themselves? And what is our role in that as an organization? And I think when you see us or our employees, whether, last weekend they were all downtown cleaning up downtown St. Louis, and they did a impromptu trash drive where they went and cleaned up, like 100 bags of trash throughout downtown St. Louis. It's how do we make people better by getting community together, by improving our community, and doing it while making a friend and having a smile. And it never started with the intention of one day we'll get, millions of clicks on Instagram, right? It started with the intention of how do we help people change their lives? And, we take a great deal of pride in standing on that mission and helping real people get real results. And then making sure that we deliver that by offering a service-based business, where you can talk to real people. Randy, you've had the opportunity to be here.
Yeah.
We have almost 350 kids on the roof. We try to do that in a service-based model where we're helping people, we're working out with them, we're talking to them. We're not an AI-driven company. We're grassroots, blue collar. Let's help people, meet them where they're at, get the best results that they can.
And that's one thing I noticed and I did have the privilege of coming to visit your campus in St. Louis, and I was, impressed with how beautiful it was. First of all, you have about 500 employees, not all under the same roof, but I got a real sense of, not as a company, not as a business, the word that comes to mind is community. That's what I saw with your people there.
And that's, we try to raise a community, right? In our own community and join a community. And that's the part about, we started out a community-based fitness, and everything that I realized and what we realized as an organization is, it's better with a better group of people, right? And, if you're doing hard things, in our case, a lot of times it's changing your life, starting a diet. A lot of people talk about starting a diet. We look at it as a lifestyle. That journey is a lot easier when you're going with a good group of people, like a group of people that are willing to sweat with you, pick you up when you're down, hold you accountable when you don't feel like doing the work. And that community sense of fitness has really just kind of rolled into our business. And we try our best to build a strong community here at HQ. And it's neat because we inbound, people from all over the country, not just St. Louis. And, we're very proud St. Louisans. One of our taglines we stole from Nelly himself is, from the Lou and we're proud. If you see our banner at Busch Stadium, that's what it says. But we've been very fortunate to have a community and build a community around a core value subset about doing the right thing, being a good member of society, a good steward of society. And what it's allowed us to do is really attract great talent from across the country. And we're one of the few organizations inside St. Louis that are actually inbounding employees from all over the country. And I feel very, very fortunate to be able to do so, because we're not only just inbounding employees, we're inbounding a great subset of culture that's adding value to St. Louis, in making sure that we not only make this a better community, but make it a better place to live.
And for those who are watching or listening, if you haven't downloaded or even looked at 1STPHORM on social media, and it's 1STPHORM, that is the way they spell it. definitely download the app because I know you have challenges and fitness challenges and you hold people accountable and you have real people helping them and you see real transformations of real people, and not to mention some of the amazing contests you have with huge monetary prizes. It's really the online community has taken this, it seems, one step farther.
Yeah, we to your point, we built an entire app around helping people change their lives. And I think a lot of times when it comes to diet, exercise, or fitness, there's so much variety of propaganda out there
Noise,
on,
noise, noise, noise.
yeah, and whether it's a cleanse or a wrap or a detox or whatever it is, and what we try to do is we try to say, hey, let's clear the clutter. When you've gone everywhere else, when you're serious about getting results, let us have an opportunity to earn your trust. And I say let us have an opportunity because what we do is give you an education. We try to our best to teach you, the lessons that we've learned in the curriculum that we put forth. We try our best to hold you accountable, right? Teach you what we can do and what we can't do in order. This is not a diet; it's a lifestyle. If we want to really become a more healthy version of ourselves, it has to be a lifestyle. It cannot be done in 8 weeks. You're not going to trick your body into being healthy. We have to live a healthy lifestyle. And we try to do that with people who have gone through the journey themselves. And to your point, we offer, prize money, 25,000, 50,000, $100,000 prize money across the course of the year. But what's been really cool is, we end up hiring a lot of these people who have gone through the journey themselves
Oh,
because,
wow.
yeah, we find it's a great way to relate to our customer base. There's no perfect body here, right? I've struggled with weight my entire life. My brother struggled with weight his entire life. My mom struggled with weight her entire life. And we're one of the oddities inside the fitness space where, by no means perfect body at all. I understand what it's like to struggle with the person that looks back at you in the mirror. And I think we do that really well as an organization of putting people in positions to tell their story, to help other people go through their journey themselves.
And the one thing that struck me about your branding was the name, 1STPHORM, first form. Where did that name and why that spelling?
This is always the greatest question because I can tell you, these are the lessons you learn. So I'm year 15 of doing this. My brother and his business partner started Supplement Superstores, which from the St. Louis people, they know what that is, 25 years ago. So we've been in the fitness business for a long time. And I'd love to tell you there's like this unbelievable backstory and this is what it means. And it's my grandpa who was in Normandy. That's not the case. The first form, we thought, first formulations, right? First performance. There's a couple ways you can spin on it, but really back then, you're going to laugh. Back then, the best way to create, to be at the top of the list of a drop-down menu on the internet was to have the number one, just like in the yellow pages, at the front side of your name.
Somebody was
And
thinking. Somebody was
yeah,
thinking there.
and what's funny is because, we've been doing this for quite some time. A lot of people say, well, you're a new emerging brand. It's like, no, we've been doing this for a hot minute, long enough to
Yeah.
know that, you had to put the one inside the roll scroll menu to be at the top. So we've been doing it for a hot minute. So really it was kind of a play on strategy.
And you talked about the branding where it's now showing up everywhere. I could go to a public event and I see people wearing the gear. And I see at Busch Stadium, you mentioned the banner out there that says First Form from the Luan I'm Proud. NHL dasher boards, we see that happening during NHL games. We're starting to see it everywhere. Now, let's talk about team sports. Are you
Yep.
guys going to be getting into, or have you gotten into player endorsements or name, image, and likeness with the NCAA, things like that? Are we going to be seeing it more on a national platform that way?
Yeah, we're working very diligently right now in the current time frame. I got to have a really cool St. Louis moment this year at opening day. And so I got invited to the Anheuser-Busch box. So here I am, St. Louis kid, standing there. Brennan Whitworth, who's the CEO of Anheuser-Busch North America, he's standing next to me. I'm talking to him. Clydesdale's come out. They're running center field. They're running across the warning track. And we were talking, and my role is a little bit different than his. But I said, hey, can I just pause you for 1 second? I gotta digest this, And so here's the Clydesdales running across center field. I'm standing next to the CEO of Anheuser-Busch. I'm in their box, and there's our banner, and the Clydesdales are running across. I had a
Wow.
really, really cool St. Louis kid moment. And so we're seeking right now, and hopefully in the fall of 24, you're gonna see us on some very large regional-based college programs. We're trying to take over the sports nutrition and health and wellness sections of these, college campuses, and really leaning into taking our bandwidth of education and driving it down into sports nutrition inside the locker rooms and inside these college facilities to be able to, mix quality supplementation with high quality education and hopefully get the best results possible.
Yeah, and I think it is all about education. And I know that you offer so many things. You have protein powder, pre-workout formulations, vitamins, fat burners, other nutritional supplements. And this is going to be a broad question for
Yep.
somebody who doesn't take any supplements. Now, I take a few of them here and there, but for somebody who says, maybe I should be taking something, what is the
Yep.
one supplement that you can suggest that would go well with anybody, any age, any fitness level? What should we be taking?
Yeah, I think there's a multitude of answers here, Randy, but I would tell you anybody at any time can take this little pack that I'm literally getting ready to take myself. It's a high quality multivitamin. There's 8 pills in this pack. A lot of people think that I can take a multivitamin. It's a 1 pill, one a day.
Yeah.
That's a misnomer, right? That's kind of a false marketing claim. But taking something that has an antioxidant, that has a multivitamin, a CoQ10 for heart health, a fruits and veggie blend, an essential fatty acid, a probiotic, all in one. We offer a pack that's a daily multivitamin pack that, whether you're my mom or a college athlete, it helps the body establish a baseline of micronutrient needs on a daily basis. And then from that point, I think it's goal dependent, right? What is my goal and what am I trying to do? I would say the next best thing is adding protein powder to the daily regimen. A lot of people don't realize the importance and role of protein inside the daily health and wellness schedule. And so most people are deficient in protein on a daily basis. Whether no matter what your beliefs are, if you're vegan or pescatarian, still making sure that your body has the proper protein that it needs on a daily basis to operate at its functional level is extremely important. A lot of people don't know this, but your muscle tissue is responsible for your basal metabolic rate, so your body's ability to burn calories. And so the more protein that you have in the diet, the stronger, the more healthy the muscle is, the better it burns calories, the more efficient it is at burning calories. And so specifically, as we get a little bit older, making sure that we're eating adequate protein and we're creating movement on a daily basis is extremely important to health. And so those two things are a great baseline that I think we can suggest in almost any avenue, whether you're a high performing college or high school athlete or, my dad, right? Somebody who's 78 years old, who's trying his best to live his healthiest life. Multivitamin protein powder on a daily basis is a huge advantage to living a healthier life.
Amazing. Okay, well, I will take that to heart. I will maybe even check it out. My daughter and my son-in-law swear by the protein sticks that you guys have, which, by the
Yeah.
way, are in all of the local grocery stores. You can find them. 20 grams of protein, I believe, in one. Is it? Yeah,
Yep.
they swear by them and eat them like crazy. I do want to get back to the culture of community that you have built within your company and with your employees. You said that they were all downtown St. Louis picking up trash the other day, just kind of like pick up and go, hey, let's do a trash cleanup. You guys are huge into giving back. I know that you're big into backing the blue and you
Yep.
support the backstoppers. And there's another program called 30 for the Kids, which I learned about your mission in Haiti to help rebuild some of these places where these children live who have nobody and nothing. And you guys go in and you help them. And people like me and anyone listening or watching can get involved in that mission as well. How is that?
Yeah. So, I mean, I believe God's given us a great platform and a great opportunity to be successful in life. And I think it's part of our mission and obligation to make sure we're taking care of God's children. Right. And so, um, you know, when you look at 30 for the Kids, 30 for the Kids started out actually as a toy drive in St. Louis. So it was our way of giving back to some inner city kids who weren't able to experience Christmas. And we thought, you know what, we'll do a little fitness drive where we can help hold people accountable to doing 30 minutes of fitness for 30 days for $30. That's kind of 30 for the Kids. That's how we look at it. So you do
Yeah.
30 minutes of fitness for 30 days for $30. And in doing so, we were able to raise, several $1,000s, and we were able to, take care of about 40 kids, inner city kids for Christmas. And we bought bikes and, we brought Santa in. We did the entire experience, and it was awesome. And it was something that, we felt as an organization we could expand on. And as our company continued to grow, we could have a bigger impact. And you have to educate, you have to impact, and you have to entertain. And we wanted to impact these kids and use our culture to do so. And so over the last, 6-7 years, we've been able to raise several $1 million in helping these kids, not only of Haiti, but now in the inner cities of St. Louis. We help an organization here in town called the Covering House, which helps recover sex trafficked little girls, all about children who have received the short end of the stick. And us as an organization, how can we step up and champion for these kids? And so in Haiti, we cover food, water, shelter, medical attention. We fund their Bible education. We make sure that those kids have the daily needs that it takes in order to be successful and have a thriving life. And although it only be 45 of them, it's the 45 that we champion for. And our goal over the next 20 years is to turn this community into the thriving community of Cap Haitian Haiti, because we've educated them, we've taught them trade, we've taught them how to be business entrepreneurs, we've taught them how to really fundamentally operate business and life cohesively so that they can be successfully inside Haiti, which is extremely important. But we take that same lesson, we drive it here in St. Louis. In the inner cities in North St. Louis, we got a project, and we're able to help do the same thing: get kids off the streets, get them out of gangs, get them fed, help educate them, hold them accountable. We support Teen Lift for Life, which gets them into the gym, right?
That's so a great gym. Great gym.
Yeah. And so, we help fund that entire operation, from getting the kids over to Teen Lift for Life, helping Teen Lift for Life play for the kids so they can have food, they can help with education, try to pilot and pioneer that same concept of success in Haiti. Ironically, works very similarly here in St. Louis. And so it's all about doing the best that we can and using the platform we have to take care of the children that maybe weren't as fortunate as us. And a lot of times it's easy to live day-to-day life and act like nothing's happening.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is that's just not true. And so somebody's got to do it. And we are a go first type organization. One of our core values is lead by example. And if you want to see change in the world, you got to be the change that you want to see. And so for us, it's being that change and making sure we're leaving an impact while we're here.
Well, you say that you've been doing this for 15 years, but you're going to be one of those 20-year overnight successes where I have a feeling 1STPHORM is going to seriously blow up even more. And for everybody who doesn't understand what this company is doing locally, globally, and on the internet, it's amazing. Download the app, 1STPHORM, 1STPHORM. Their Instagram page is so fun to watch, and it's very informative. And there's a couple of Facebook pages, great online community, just amazing support for those who have gone through the programs. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention your brother, Andy Frisella. He is one of the owners there and one of the founders. And he's the creator of 75 Hard Workout, which scares me. And he's also the host of the podcast, Real AF. I won't say the words here.
Well, it's the real Andy Frisella.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a swear word. I didn't want to say it. I don't want to say it.
It's a play on words. It gives us a
You
good
guys
out.
are clever that way.
Yeah, listen, I think, one thing we embrace here, and I think it's extremely important, and I wish our society would embrace it because it's been extremely successful for us, is, black, white, gay, straight, pink, purple, yellow, upside down, and red. We accept people for who they are as long as they're willing to add value and work hard. And so we want people to have a voice and have an opinion, but we also want people to get along, right? And so, when you look inside of our culture, as you were here, we have all walks of life. And not everybody thinks the same way. We don't hire people to linear think. We hire people to creatively add value. And when I think about my brother's platform, he does it extremely well. And he has an opinion. He has a purpose for his opinion. I think his opinion's widely adopted. And he doesn't agree. Not everybody agrees with him, and that's okay.
Right. That's okay.
As we get to become adults in society, for whatever reason, we all have to think the same. And I think I totally go against that grain. As a human, I think what makes the world great is we all have some different opinions, and we should be able to voice those and express those as long as they're not encroaching on other people's, lifestyles or beliefs, right? And so for us, I love freedom of speech. I think it's one of the biggest powers that we've been able to be given as Americans, and we embrace that in a living body here inside 1STPHORM. And it's something that makes our workplace unique, but it's also why we have a great track record of hiring people from all over the country. Is they understand when they get here that as long as they're willing to work hard and they can get along with others, have your opinion. We embrace it. We love it. We adopt it. And you never know, some of those greatest discussions are around things of disagreement.
That's awesome. And just another side note on your brother Andy, for those who want to maybe check out some of the things he's done, on the 4th of July, he crushed a car with a tank. Just because America, right? I couldn't believe my eyes.
It's a great day. So, I mean, you got to think about it, right? So, like, kind of one of the funny things we talk about, a lot of people, how do most people celebrate 4th of July, Randy?
They use fireworks and eat a hot dog.
Okay, so those fireworks most likely are made in China, right? So it's
Right.
it's one of those things where it's like, all right, well, the tank was made in America, so how do we utilize and really create American things here? And so it was just more a creative play. It's like, we have a tank out back, we bought a car, and Andrew's like, well, hell, I'll smash the car.
Who
And so,
has a tank? Nobody has a tank. Give me a break with that.
the irony has two. So there's and that's the one thing about you know, especially my brother and you referenced 75 hard, and it scares people because I think the name, but really it's been one of the most widely adopted successful fitness programs ever, maybe ever to be built. On TikTok it has over 5 billion shares. It's something where, or 5 billion views, sorry. It's something where you really start looking at what does it take in order to be successful, and it takes discipline to a consistent program. That doesn't mean that it has to be hard, like grueling from the standpoint of difficulty level, but it is hard because you got to stay consistent over a period of time, and you have to make investments. Not, a lot of times in the fitness world, they say sacrifice, but we talk about it as an investment. It's an investment in yourself. This is the vessel that you've been given. And when you're making the decision to say no or put yourself as a priority, that's an investment, not a sacrifice. And, we take that kind of thought process and try to ingrain it, not only in our culture here, but into our customer base or people as a part of 1STPHORM. And sacrifice is only something where you make an investment and you get no return. An investment is when you make a decision and you receive a benefit from it. And so that investment that you're making in yourself for 75 days, of simply just tracking your food, drinking your water, taking a picture, doing 2 workouts a day, one of them has to be outside. That's an investment in the decision you're making in trying to yield a benefit for yourself. And those rewards that you can replenish are 10x of the investment that you put in. And so instead of being afraid of it, and I'm not saying you have to go out and do it today, it's actually very simple. It's just the name, I think, sometimes scares a lot of people.
It's intimidating. Absolutely. Yeah. No doubt. I know a number of people who have done it and who have found success. And by the way, if you skip a day or don't do all your things, you have to start over. That's why it's called 75 hard. But one day, maybe I'll have the courage to do it. Well, unfortunately, Sal, we are out of time. And I think I could talk to you all day about your amazing company. I love that it's a St. Louis-based company. I love that it's got a global impact. And I loved I really felt a sense of community when I visited your campus, which I thought was so impressive. So I'll be watching for more billboards and signs on stadiums and all that other good stuff.
And we'll be trying to make it happen. So I appreciate the opportunity to spend some time with you and the audience today. And as you know, Randy, if there's anything I can ever do, never hesitate to reach out.
Fantastic. And for those who want to, they have their 1STPHORM app. They're on Instagram, Facebook, all social media. Check out their products and their workout gear on 1stphorm.com. All kinds of cool stuff for you to see. So thank you, Sal, for joining us today on More to Say. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me.
This has been More to Say with Randy Naughton. Interesting conversations with interesting people. Be sure to like or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.